Idaho, the land that wrestling forgot. Until souls across the Gem State decided to make history. We all take risks. We all feel pain. We all have succeeded and failed. But not tonight. Tonight, our stories will be told. Tonight, our voices will be heard. Tonight, your eyes will see the unbelievable. For the first time in Idaho history, we bring you local professional wrestling. So gather the family, take a seat, and leave the action to us. We are Wrestle Club. What you are about to see is real. Each wrestler has years of training. Our bodies are not indestructible. We bend, we break, we bleed. So please, do not try this at home, school, or anywhere.
I'd like to welcome you to the ring from the local farmers market, weighing in at a fresh 208 pounds. He's one half the Spike Brothers, Bronco Billy.
And this is episode 12. I am Gene. Alongside with me
is Wes once more. Omar still owing me $10. Omar owing me another $10. Don't worry, Omar. I'm keeping tabs on how much work I'm covering for you while you are out, good sir.
Yep, and this is Operation Airborne, Wrestle Club hitting Mountain home for the very first time on Cinco de Mayo.
And with our opening match, we actually have a Mountain home local. This is Bronco Bill Lee, one of our crazy hillbillies from Mountain home. Probably feels at home here.
My name's Bronco Billy, and I'm one half of the Spike Brothers Coalition. Now you notice my tag team partner, Big John Henry, isn't out here tonight. That's because he had to deliver calf on the farm. Speaking of the farm, you guys might well notice me. I'm down there at the railroad park where the farmer's market selling our friends potatoes. Yeah, Idaho. That's right. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Wrestle Club has a potato championship. And it's not. The person that told me isn't even from Idaho. I think I deserve a championship opportunity at that potato bowl. So Damien Black, if you're back there, come on out.
Here comes your current potato belt champion, Damien Black.
Bronco Bill Lee just got done with his very long-winded speech there. Probably nervous about the fact that this is his first time performing in front of his own people in Mountain Home, Idaho. The current Potato Bowl champion and one half of the tag team champions, though, Damien Black, asking for the mic. What is he going to say here?
Got my music. So, Bronco Billy! You think just because you're from Idaho and you have potatoes, that you deserve that title? That's right. It belongs around my waist. You know it's not a trophy for actual potatoes, right? Bronco Billy, I'll give you your shot. All right. Let's do it right here. I'm ready. I'm ready. Into the blast. Let's do this.
Yes. All right, gentlemen, this is now an official potato belt championship match.
and the voodoo priest, Damien Black, the only person in Wrestle Club to hold 2 belts at one time.
Yeah, it looks like he just accepted Bronco's challenge, and this is going to be a title match for the potato belt. What an upset that would be if Bronco Bill Lee, a hillbilly from Mountain Home, Idaho, were to bring home a potato belt. Almost quite fitting for the man, truthfully.
Yeah, honestly, it is. Let's see, for the very first time, these guys are going to go one-on-one, so history in the making here. Both of these men tying up.
Right now, Bronco Bill Lee's got Damien Black in a headlock. Damien feeding some shots to the back, pulling the hair, what hair there is. And it's got him in a front headlock.
Yeah, Damien Black in control here. Switches it up to a side headlock, and he just jaw-jacking the crowd there.
Damian Black's just having himself a good time while Bronco Bill Lee is suffering for his arrogance.
Yeah, Bronco Billy might be second-guessing on challenging Damian Black here, as Damian Black has that arm wringer.
And Bronco Billy going for the Dosey-Do, but Damian Black having none of it, feeds Bronco a good roundhouse to the chest.
And that's going to stop Bronco Billy in his tracks. I don't think Damian Black came out here to dance.
No, he did not, and Bronco Billy better figure that one out real quick, otherwise this match is going to end very soon.
I think he found out with that roundhouse kick to the face. I think he knows that he's in a pro wrestling match now.
Probably it's not the first time he's been kicked in the face. With all those cows he's worked around, he's probably taken a shot or two. Would explain a couple of things, that's for sure.
Bronco Billy going for, I believe, a knuckle tie-up.
He's calling for it. Black answering the call. And is it going to be a connection? It is a connection. Looks like we are having a test of strength between the two men. Bronco bending Black over, but I think Bronco doesn't realize Black is very flexible.
And I think Bronco Billy looked like he saw a ghost. Coming off that second rope, good shoulder tackle there.
Quick move by Bronco. That's one thing you have to say about the Spud brothers, though. Both of them. They look big, they look dumb, but they're fast on their feet, and they cannot be... Looks like Black's just taking his shirt off. They cannot be underestimated is the word that I'm looking for there.
Yeah, I think Damian Black is done with the games here.
He is. Looking very, very upset.
Or maybe he's not. He's going to call for that knuckle tie-up again.
Bronco's going to fall for it. He's going, and... Knew it!
He fell for it.
Damian Black had a plan.
Oh, right in the back of that thigh.
He is just picking Bronco apart, dissecting his
Hits
body.
that rope. Ooh, big boot to the face there.
Took a couple lessons from Brad Zane. Looks like he's been figuring out some of the ruthlessness that Zane brings in when he gets in the match.
And there we see some clobbering, straight fist to the face on Bronco Billy. The referee needs to get in there. And finally, he does.
One thing I got to say about these referees, Patrick needs to work on them a touch. They need to be paid more. They don't seem to be paid enough.
Ooh, strike to the gut there. Ooh, so let me tell you, those strikes sting. If you're wearing overalls or not, you're going to feel it. Ooh, kick straight to the chest.
Looked like he almost got him in the throat. Could have been up a little higher, could have actually taken out. And he's going for the Muda backhand spring, but he missed.
Nobody home there. Oh, bulldog on that top turnbuckle.
Excellent maneuver by Bronco. Again, don't underestimate them. They may be big, they may be dumb looking, but they are... Oh, look at that cartwheel. He just...
1, 2... Oh, did you see Damian Black kick out of there?
He kicked out into a handspring almost, but yes, Bronco Billy, quite surprising.
That was very innovative by Bronco Billy and Damian Black.
Black feeding him a shot to the throat though, ref getting in Black's face.
Followed up by a back elbow. Yes, those throat hits are illegal in pro wrestling.
I think they're illegal in any sport, it doesn't matter what it is.
Oh my gosh, I think Bronco's Billy's knee almost went out. That looked like it hurt. Followed up by a high knee straight to the chest.
He might be a voodoo priest, but the man is quite skilled in martial arts. If you watch him, he is dissecting Bronco Billy with just those kicks.
I'm surprised Bronco Billy is still in this matchup. And this is where courage and heart falls into play, and Bronco Billy is showing that here.
But courage or heart doesn't mean much when your foot gets stomped on. Looks like Black's giving him that modified suplex.
Followed up by a cradle package pin.
Good move.
Count.
Surprise that Bronco Billy kicked out of that.
Well, Bronco Billy is in his home, and I tell you what, being in front of your own fans, it does give you that extra motivation, that extra help, that extra strength that you need to kick out of a pin.
And you need that strength when you hear a slap like that across your chest.
And Bronco Billy slapped him back. And I don't know if you want to exchange strikes with Damian Black.
The man is quite skilled in blows. And there's another spin kick to the gut of Bronco Billy.
Here comes Damian Black. Springboard back roundhouse kick.
Right to the shoulder. Billy is down.
I'm surprised he's not out. Damian Black with that up and over holds onto that rope, and you see there, that's an illegal hold. He has what it looks like head scissors.
The head scissors dangling outside of the ring. Damian Black, very innovative in the maneuvers, very innovative in his strikes, and very, very dangerous. Yeah. Excellent member of Project Mayhem as a result.
Gotta say, he's one sick individual.
Zane knew what he was doing when he scouted this man, and look at what he has done for himself.
Keep your eyes on Damian Black. Inside, double springboard, misses that clothesline.
Black feeling it, Bronco quickly ducking it, giving him a, looks like he just pounced on a pig on the ground. Well, it looked like a quick 1 count. It might have been in the rope break. I'm not 100% certain on that one. It was so fast.
Yep, that was a really good, nice cross body. And Bronco Billy going for a suplex here.
It doesn't matter how strong and how tough you are, though. The moment your back eats that mat, you feel it.
Bronco Billy has him, looks like it's going to be a front slam.
He's giving him a modified airplane spin from a front slam position.
Spinning and spinning and spinning. It must be all that farm work. And it looks like Bronco Billy's a little dazed.
Oh, that kind of backfired against Billy from the looks of it. He actually ate all of that. Despite the fact that he got Black dizzy, he still ate a man falling on his chest.
Yeah, I don't think Bronco Billy clearly thought that all the way through.
Well, let's be fair. He's a Spud brother. Does he think anything all the way through? Black through the legs.
Oh my gosh, just catching him with the modified neck breaker.
Pulling the hair from the looks of it, but again, referee didn't see it, thus it doesn't count.
You know what? I don't know if pigs can fly, but I know Damian Black can fly, and I think this is going to be that corkscrew back elbow, and this one is clearly going to be over. I have not seen anybody kick out of this move.
Well, when you take it from the elevation that Black gives it to you,
One, two,
pushing his face, three, that's it. We have a winner. Black with that diving back elbow off the top rope. Excellent elevation, excellent air.
And you know what? I would say this was actually a really good matchup. Bronco Billy testing out the singles competition. I got to say, this was a really good match.
I would agree with you on that. He's got a lot of heart, he's got a lot of courage. He just needs a lot of work, and he will be a future champion of Wrestle Club. I can guarantee it. But just not today. Your winner, Damian Black, Potato Bowl champion, 1/2 tag team champion, and one of the meanest members of Project Mayhem.
A for effort for Bronco Billy, but as you said, inexperienced and a rookie of 2018, he has a lot of growing to do. And I tell you what, he is definitely going to grow.
That is for sure. I agree.
Good response from the fans. In his hometown, Bronco Billy, 1/2 of the Spud Brothers Coalition.
But you know what? At the end of the day, he's got his hat. And if a man has his hat, he's got everything.
It's going to be a fatal 4-way, and the rules are as follows. Elimination will be by pinfall or submission. First entering the ring from Nampa, Idaho, weighing in at 250 pounds. He is known for the hardest head in the business. He's the real deal. Bryce Bennett!
And here comes out Bryce Bennett, the real deal, the guy with the hardest head in the business.
It's so hard that the one of the events, if I remember correctly, he brought out a fire brick and legitimately broke it across his skull. No man's dome is designed for that kind of pain, but Bryce Bennett, he is an exception, and he may just not be a man.
From Boise, Idaho, weighing in at 299 pounds, he's the Tree City Giant. Please welcome James Grimm!
And out comes James Grimm, the Tree City Giant from Boise, Idaho. And I believe he weighs 299 pounds, he says.
That's right, he says 299 pounds. I'm inclined to believe it, but it's also 299 pounds of fun and joy, which is what James Grimm brings when he comes out. Full of energy, always excited for what he is about to do. Whether it's a win or lose, the man always has a smile on his face, and that is what's great about James Grimm.
Yep, he's so bright that he has to come out with shades. There you see, just acknowledging the fans there.
That's right. This looks like this might actually be a very respectful match. You see Bryce Bennett on the outside there, not making any motions to attack James Graham. Already right there is a good indication that there is respect between these two men.
Next, please welcome to the ring from Redlands, California, weighing in at 235 pounds, the American Machine, Mr. Hickman!
You see right there, James Graham's out there already strategizing. Nice little friendly fist bump between the two men. Once again, like I said, the respect between the two.
Speaking of respect, I think here comes the American Machine, Mr. Hickman.
That is a man who commands respect. He is a man who doesn't just have respect, he has earned that respect. Fighting for our country, fighting for his rights, and the first Potato Bowl champion of the Wrestle Club, the American Machine, Mr. Hickman.
You see there, the crowd just appreciating Mr. Hickman, wearing that USA flag on his tights, representing the country, representing Wrestle Club.
Nice little friendly fist bump to Bryce Bennett. A lot of respect between these men. It's clearly just going to be a match out of respect.
Well, I don't know, because this last person that they have to bring out, I don't think these three men respect this guy.
Another friendly fist bump between James Graham and Mr. Hickman.
Weighing in at 300 pounds, the Sun God, Tunatu!
And the last person to come out in this four-way elimination match is none other than the rookie, the Sun God, Tonatu.
That's right, Tonatu made his debut at Resolution, Wrestle Club's Resolution 2018 against, if I remember correctly, he was in the Battle Royale and he ended up becoming a part of a triple threat by the King's decree.
Yeah, this guy has a number of main events under his belt already. Even though he's a rookie, he has headlined quite a few main events.
Well, if you look at the size of this man, you would understand why. This man is not small. He's probably the biggest guy in the Wrestle Club, bigger than James Graham when you get down to it.
Yep, you're going to see it when these guys go in the ring, how big and massive the Sun God Tonatu is, and he is the biggest guy in Wrestle Club. Well over 6 feet tall, and I would say at least 300 pounds minimum.
Minimum. All four men in the corner. Now again, this is a four-way elimination, which basically means, as the rules go, is that you can eliminate any man at any time. They are out. Doesn't matter who scores the pinfall. Doesn't matter who gets the submission. That man is eliminated, and it'll go until there's one guy left.
You know what? I would say that Tonatu is against all odds here.
That's true. He's in there with three vets. He himself a rookie, and he does not have an alliance with any of these men.
Yeah, 3 vets and 3 friends. If I'm the Sun God, I don't know what I'm going to do. I might just maybe run. But Tonatu is a man that is massive, and he's not going anywhere. As you see the stare down.
They are staring intensely at him, too. Tonatu is picking his target, though. He's trying to decide, oh, never mind. They just jumped him.
And you know what? Oh, Tonatu just pushed off all 3 men, but they're not quitting. They're not backing down. They're clobbering the Sun God. Another push off there. And there you see the power of the Sun God.
It looked just as bad as a bunch of people going to a JCPenney all-you-can-get sale. And I'm talking like the ones with the deals are amazing.
And there was 2 double clotheslines there, as we see the alliance between Hickman, Grimm, and Bryce Bennett.
Bennett's standing back, though. He's letting Grimm and, well, it looks like we might be seeing a suplex here. He's letting Grimm and Hickman do the work. Smart move on Bennett's part, truthfully.
Oh, double front suplex, and you saw the Sun God's head just bounce off that canvas.
Bennett's going for the victory, but again, these men don't care. This is an alliance. Get rid of the biggest man in the ring. It's smart thinking.
It's smart wrestling, and you got 3 experienced guys there. They know what they're doing, and you have a rookie there, and unfortunately, the rookie has no alliances, so this is pretty much looking like a 3-on-1.
If you look right there, he looked like one of those blow-up clowns that got caught in the middle of 3 kids throwing punches non-stop. What are we seeing here? Looks like a double spine buster from Hickman and Grimm. Bryce going for another pin.
And that's a 2 count. The Sun God is, looks like he might be injured here.
I would not be surprised. That was a lot of men to come up and hit the ground with. I'm surprised. At the same time, I'm not that surprised that these men are just picking him apart. This was not a very fair match for Tona 2 to begin with. What do we got here?
I think we have a 3-man move there. It looked like a front suplex, and Hickman.
Modified gory bomb too at the process.
Yeah, this one could be over. 1, 2.
Tona 2 kicking out. Tona 2, I love you. Your heart and courage are there, but you're being dumb. You should just take the loss and get out of the ring. They're ganging up on you.
Yeah, this is 3-on-1, and honestly, I expected this. I mean, you have the Sun God who's pretty much against anybody in Wrestle Club. There we see a body splash.
It looked like a little bit of misdirection. Bryce just nailed Grimm.
Hit him with that headbutt.
Oh, looks like Hickman's just broken the alliance. He's just decided to go ahead and pull.
Here comes a schoolboy. 1, 2, and there's Project Mayhem, and
there's just jumping Hickman.
And this is no disqualification. This is a 4-way elimination, so technically there are no disqualifications, and there's a double E defeat on Mr. Hickman. As we saw in the past episodes, I think Project Mayhem is trying to scout the Sun God Tona 2.
Yes, that looks pretty obvious in the tag team tournament when he teamed up with Brad Zane. Another double E defeat to Bryce Bennett. They are just like a bunch of vultures picking apart the prey that has fallen.
And things whatever they're doing,
They just fed Bryce Bennett to the Sun God, who gave him that modified double choke slam.
1, 2, 3. Bryce Bennett has just been eliminated. James Green going for that double choke slam, but quickly cut off with those chops.
They are just feeding him the shots, and now they're going to go ahead and feed Grimm to Tona 2, who gave him another double choke slam.
Nobody gets off from that. 1, 2, 3. James Grimm has just been eliminated. We have 2 men eliminated within the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, Project Mayhem has once again made their point. They have come out and staked a claim. This doesn't just look like possible scouting. This looks like a future alliance with the Tona 2.
But they forgot about the American Machine coming off that rope, ducking that clothesline. Oh, big clothesline there, but Tona 2 is just a big man.
That's right, he's a big man, bouncing off the ropes. Hickman is feeding him everything he's got, though.
Going for that corner whip. That's 300 pounds, Mr. Hickman. That's probably not going to work.
Oh, Hickman fed into a shoulder block. Tona 2 holding the arm, chaining the blocks against Hickman.
Oh, just boot to the face. And there you see the power of the Sun God, Tona 2, and just stepping
across
off.
his back. Project Mayhem out there laughing and enjoying the chaos that once again they have wrought upon another match.
You know, Tona 2 needed somebody to come out and save him, and unfortunately Project Mayhem did come out. But it has worked to the favor of the Sun God, Tona 2.
Whether you say it's unfortunate or not, it is something that we are seeing that Tona 2 needed. He was being picked apart by a bunch of vultures. Tona 2, that massive chop to the chest.
Might be setting up, headbutt to the face there. Going for that corner whip.
Whipped him so hard you saw the ring shift there. Tona 2 with a splash to Mr. Hickman.
Tona 2 still trying to recover from earlier on. Big hip toss there, and Hickman's a big man, and you just saw him go flying across the ring.
That wasn't just a hip toss. He had him by the neck. That is raw strength from the Sun God, pushing him down for the pin.
2 count there. But you gotta remember, the Sun God's over 300 pounds. All you need is really that pressure on the hands and the chest to pin somebody there. And the Sun God just probably recovering right now because he did take a beating earlier on in this matchup.
That he did. He was fed quite a bit from the team of Grimm, Bryce, and Hickman. Hickman breaking free and giving him some right hooks.
Showing some life, pushing him to that corner. Gonna go.
He's gonna try it again.
It didn't work the first time. Let's try it the second time, right?
Hickman wisely deciding to hit him with a shot to the head, though, to get him to break his hand off that rope.
Following up here. Here we go, going for maybe a power slam?
Project Mayhem once again back in the ring, stopping Hickman.
And that's going to allow the Sun God a timeout and a chance to recover. And honestly, the Sun God needed it. Project Mayhem making the presence felt here, talking trash to Hickman's face.
Well, if you keep in mind, there is a lot of bad blood between Hickman and Project Mayhem. He was originally scouted by Zayn. He was brought in, and then he turned his back and became the first Potato Bowl champion, all out of a gesture of Wassel Garabai. A very good match between those two, I must say. Garabai, though, still lost to Hickman, and Hickman, well, here we are. This is the result of your decision, Hickman.
Hickman recovering. Man, you just saw, oh gosh, big boot. I think that's a size 15 to the face, followed up by a 300-pound splash. This one could be over.
Though Hickman finding the strength to kick out, the American Machine is like the American Dream. You just don't give up on it.
That was almost a 3 count there. And Donatu, just raw power, just all natural too.
Donatu just forcing Hickman to his feet.
What do we have here? Oh, Jolly to back suplex with the release there.
That's right. He just dumped Hickman on the back of his neck from the look of it.
1, 2. That's a 2 count.
The American Dream, American Machine, don't matter what he is. He has a lot of heart, and in front of these people, he is not going to let himself die.
You know, if I am Hickman, I would want this match to go as long as possible because I don't think the Sun God has the stamina to outlast maybe a 20-minute match. Hopefully, Mr. Hickman can stay in this matchup. Sun God missing that big splash. Hickman taking advantage of it. Could this be a...
The raw strength of Hickman. It took everything he had. He got the Sun God up and over into that suplex. Both men are down. We could be seeing a double count here. Though it looks like the ref is counting. Yep.
Yeah, that took everything that Mr. Hickman had. That's 300 pounds, and trust me, I've seen this guy at the gym. I think he can bench 400, but mid-match, you know, this is where all the fatigue comes into play. Everything just seems longer. Your opponents feel heavier, and here we have a count. 1, 2.
Donatu kicking out at the 2.5. Looked like 2 3/4. Wise decision. Try to make that count last as long as possible. Got his shoulder up, though, to get his breath back.
And I would say both men, it looks like both men are even right now. Mr. Hickman, what is he going to here?
He's going for that patented full Nelson slam that he always does. Feeding Donatu some shots in the back of his head. Can he get him? And he does! Project Mayhem is circling, though. Hickman's got to be aware of his surroundings.
Mr. Hickman might be going for that pin. Feeding off that rope. Oh, and Project Mayhem
pulling Hickman out of the ring. Again, like I said, be aware of your surroundings. Mayhem is here. They have not left. Hickman fighting back finally. Had enough of their crap.
Mr. Hickman just 2-on-1. Just nothing really you can do. Adriel Noctis just setting him up. What do we have here? Kick to the face. And the numbers began to take its toll. Now it looks like it's a 3-on-1 for Mr. Hickman.
Quite the reversal from what the beginning of the match was, where it's 3-on-1 on Donatu. It does seem that there was some poetic justice here.
Yeah, but you see Project Mayhem just back off once Donatu has gained control. So obviously Project Mayhem is trying to recruit the Sun God, and honestly, who wouldn't? This guy is huge. He's massive.
And he's choking Hickman across that bottom rope. Well thought. Referee taking his time getting in there.
And you heard that one. Big chop there.
That's enough to make a man lose his lunch. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, that just echoed across the hall here.
That was a sickening chop.
Speaking of sick, that's a corner post. Mr. Hickman meeting pink still there.
I think the American Dream is slowly drifting from the American Machine's head. After that, I would not have any thoughts in my head going forward anymore.
Yeah, I don't think this match has any countouts, so these guys can be on the outside as long as they want, but you do have to make the pinfall inside the ring, and that's what the Sun God is doing. 1, 2.
Ooh, Hickman still fighting, still got spirit. The American Machine not quitting. Tonatu a little beside himself.
You know, this was really smart for the Sun God to bring him back in the ring and try to go for that pin.
He might be a rookie, but he does know his awareness and he does know his surroundings.
Oh, and there's a side slam release.
But he also knows that Hickman's a piece of trash and he just threw him away like that.
And this one could be done. 1, 2, 3. Nope.
It's a bit of a cocky pin there. He may have hooked a leg, but he didn't get the shoulder, and that's all it takes for a pin to be interrupted.
Looks like Tonatu might be beside himself. I think he felt that he already won this matchup, but Mr. Hickman showing some life still in this matchup. And it looks like the Sun God is setting him up for something here.
Looks like he's taunting a little bit of trash talking, going for that double choke slam.
Double choke slam powerbomb blocked.
Hickman feeding him an elbow across his arms, giving him a whip, and look at the strength of Hickman. A big body slam, but unfortunately it took a lot out of Hickman as well. Project Mayhem.
Oh, and this is the opening that Project Mayhem was probably looking for. And it looks like they're going to attempt that double eat defeat. Mr. Hickman is out.
They're going to set him up. If Hickman doesn't have any strength, but I take that back. Hickman finding the spirit to fight. Shoved Black and knocked this off. Looked like he gave him a couple shots to the guts. By a couple shots, I mean 2 shots to the guts.
Mr. Hickman in control. What is he? I think he's going back to that. Oh, front suplex there.
Homage to his friend, the Lost Soul Garibai. He just dumped Tonatu on his face with that front suplex.
Yeah, I think Mr. Hickman hit him with everything he got, and sometimes you just got to dig deeper and rely on other. Oh, and that's almost a 3.
Project Mayhem once again back in this match. I'm surprised to keep backing off, but then again at the same time too, Tonatu is a very frightful figure. They might be picking their shots and not getting.
Here comes the double eat defeat we saw prior, but no, Mr. Hickman with that push off. Oh, double clothesline.
Hickman having enough, got Project Mayhem out of the ring with the double line. And the pop-up spine buster, his finisher.
This one could be done. Project Mayhem is out on the ring. We have a 1, 2, 3. Mr. Hickman pulling the upset here and getting the W.
Pure desperation at that last 10 seconds, and sometimes that's all it takes. He got Project Mayhem with the double line. He hit Tonatu with the pop-up spine buster. All he needed was to just get that, and he did. The American Machine living the American dream as he beat the Sun God Tonatu.
I would say Mr. Hickman pulling all the odds here in his hometown as well, in Mountain Home. And your winner, as you see there, Mr. Hickman.
That's right. Gotta give it up to Hickman. He pulled out all the stops with the constant interruption from Project Mayhem through the alliance that he had, that he slowly started to break apart himself in the beginning. Hickman, your winner.
Yeah, I would say Mr. Hickman took advantage of 3 seconds, and that's all you need with the 3-count pin. And Mr. Hickman is your winner here.
But what does that say about the alliance? What is Project Mayhem going to do with Tonatu?
You know, I have no idea, but Project Mayhem is still at ringside.
Look like a pair of rabid hyenas licking their wounds.
You see Damian Black covering there. So is Adriel Noctis, your tag team champions. And it looks like they're going inside the ring.
Are they going to scout Tonatu? Is this the 4th member of Project Mayhem?
I think this is the payoff Project Mayhem was looking for throughout this matchup, and we're probably going to see the newest member of Project Mayhem, the Sun God Tonatu.
They're exchanging words, a little bit of a stare down. Tonatu disrespecting Project Mayhem though, walking through. Looks like there is no alliance, none that we know of as of yet. But that probably won't stop Project Mayhem. Black having a smile on his face. He knows what he's thinking.
I think that was Tonatu's way of saying no thanks.
That's what it looks like.
like to introduce to you is currently residing in Middleton, Idaho, weighing at 170 pounds. He is the golden boy, Perseus!
And here is your main event for episode 12, held in Mountain Home for the very first time here at Wrestle Club. And here we see the golden boy, Perseus.
That's right, 500 pounds solid gold. That's at least what he claims. With all that gold that's on him, I am inclined to believe him.
Cut the mic.
Alright, first off, this is the Air Force right here, right? Maybe someday you guys will grow up and become real men and join the Army. Until that day, I don't want to hear a word from you guys. Got it? Alright, next, I've been offered a #1 contendership match, and I get to choose my opponent. And since I have beat Cedric Lionheart over and over again, and when we were a tag team, I won us the titles. I choose Cedric. Bring him out here.
Take off the white shades!
And here it comes, Cedric Lionheart. And this is your main event, and as you heard, this is a #1 contenders match for the heavyweight championship.
That's right, former tag team partners. As I said before, there is nothing more dangerous than a former tag team partner. They know your moves just as well as you know theirs. These two men, once best friends, now bitter enemies.
There you see Cedric Lionheart just pumping up that crowd.
Perseus, though, taking his time, taking off the god's clothing.
Boys, before we get started, I'd like to let you know this is a 10-second count out. Excuse me, let me repeat this. This is a 10-second count out in or out of the ring is required to be eliminated. The winner will be the #1 contender for the heavyweight that can be used at any time in the future.
All right, here we go. #1 contender match. Former tag team partners, and I believe their last tag team match was at Leap of Faith.
That is right. It was a backstabbing event with Perseus there, stabbing Cedric Lionheart in the back at Leap of Faith. Really was more of a 3-on-1. That Perseus right now, the god, telling everyone to shut their mouths. They need to respect the Greek god.
I think it's safe to say that we would never see Pride of Olympus again.
Oh yes, absolutely. Too much bad blood. Former tag team champions beat Project Mayhem in a devastating three-way elimination tag match, only to have Perseus stab Cedric in the back by super kicking him against King Marcus Anderson when he was the champion.
There we see clean break, but nothing clean about a slap in the face. Perseus with that side headlock there.
There is nothing more than disrespect than slapping a man openly like that across the face. Cedric looking to break free, got him in a reverse armbar, twisting him into what looks like a double hammerlock. Holding him there. He's got him.
Face lock there, has him down to the mat.
That's right.
Perseus working his way up, both men on their feet. Perseus following up with an arm wringer there.
But how do you hold down a Greek god who weighs 500 pounds of solid gold? You just can't.
You backflip, you hold it, and then you do a kip up, and then you reverse it to an arm wringer. That's how you do it.
Well, I guess I have been proven incorrectly there. Cedric Lionheart now having the upper hand as well as pulling the hair.
Oh, pulling the hair there. Usually you never see Cedric pull the hair, but it's bad blood time.
It really is in this one. Looks like he pushed him off, went for the line. Cedric Lionheart meeting him with his own line, though. And it looks like a cross-body across the face there. Oof. And that running knee that Cedric Lionheart does, that running, jumping knee.
Followed by a kip up, and that's going to send Perseus on the outside. And Lionheart's not done with him, has him by the hair.
Oh yeah, he is. Oh, and a thumb to the eye. Perseus scouted that one out. Looked like he baited him, giving him some right hooks to the face.
That's going to stop anybody in their tracks. Whip him to the corner here. Ooh, up and over by Cedric. Misses. Followed by a schoolboy. Follow through. Ooh.
Kick right to the solar plexus by Perseus.
I bet you that Cedric is coughing right now. His lungs are hurting.
That solid gold that just kicked him right across his chest. I wouldn't be the least bit surprised.
And he's still trying to catch his breath right now. And referee is counting, as this is also a last man standing match.
A last man standing match. The stipulations just continue to get better and better. Oh, looks like Fedric got a sling blade on Perseus. Looked like a little bit of desperation there for a second.
Yep, and since this is the last man standing, pinfalls don't count, submissions don't count. You got to get your opponent on the mat for a 10 count. And, oh, Fedric with that corner drop kick to the face.
Perseus feeling it. Doesn't matter if you're 500 pounds solid gold, if you're 1,000 pounds solid gold. 2 feet to the face, you're out.
Perseus just looks like he recovered there. Fedric following up with that springboard drop kick, and that's going to send Perseus to the outside.
He looks like a little lion pouncing on the prey when he does that. Perseus on the outside. Fedric measuring him. At least he's taking his time.
Looks like Perseus has recovered here. He's on that apron. And Lionheart, looks like we're going to set up maybe for a DDT there. He has him into play.
Perseus getting out, giving Fedric up and over, but Fedric counting. Quick shoulder to the gut. It looks like Perseus is going to do this to Fedric.
Ooh, and he surely did there. Mid-rope DDT. And remember, pinfalls do not matter on this one. He follows up with the kick to the face.
The disrespect from Fedric Lionheart to the god Perseus. Perseus is making him pay for all that disrespect.
He's not even letting the ref count to 10. He's just beating up on Fedric.
Fedric dumping Perseus out of the ring, though, well scouted by Fedric. Going for a suicide dive. Excellent.
Right into your living room there.
That's right.
Hopefully they did not spill your popcorn, and referee is counting.
Crowd at home, if you could do us a favor, please throw Fedric back through your TV set. We need him back in this match.
And suicide dive, trust me, both men are down, as that hurts both of them.
That's right. That's hard tile floor they landed on. That is unforgiving. Fedric with a kick to Perseus' ribs. Giving him a euro.
Ooh, slap to the face.
Oh, it looks like Fedric had a closed fist there when he punched him. Yeah, he's giving her some close shots.
That looked like a side hook there.
And these two men brawling on the outside.
Oh, straight hook to the face. It's quick to say that both of these men hate each other. There's an uppercut by Fedric. And what do we have here?
Looks like a suplex on the apron. Oh my god.
Oh, and I gotta tell you, everybody at home, that is the hardest side of the ring that you want to take any type of move on, and Perseus just took a suplex on there.
Perseus, if you need any good chiropractors, I can recommend a couple to you. Your back has definitely got to be out of alignment on that one.
I don't think Perseus is going to go back into the ring, but he just proved me wrong there.
Perseus, I think Perseus is just more unaware of his surroundings at the moment. Telling the crowd to shut up. Still has it in him to tell the crowd to shut up.
After a suplex on the apron, he still manages to tell everybody to shut up.
Perseus feeding Fedric. Fedric going for a powerbomb from looks like, but that satellite DDT spiking Fedric on the match.
Yeah, he just saw his whiplash there on the neck of Fedric. And that can spell a broken neck at any given time, and he might be down for 10 here.
Perseus wisely standing back this time, letting the ref do his job. After a DDT like that, Perseus needs to stop feeding Fedric some insults, though. It's just pushing him to get up.
And Fedric stopping that 10 count.
Perseus feeding him some right hooks to the head, though. Closed fists. Looks like he's giving him those MMA-style elbows now.
It looks like Perseus is out for blood.
That's right. Bad blood between these two.
And this has been a brawl since the bell has rung. And what else did you expect? These guys hate each other.
Fedric on the ropes, pulling himself up. Perseus just circling around like a lion. It's like the roles are reversed. Perseus is the lion stalking his prey.
Both men wearing gold too. Perseus is, what does he have in store here?
Feeding him a couple more hooks to the face. Closed fist from the looks of it. Kicking out his left leg.
And I tell you, a kick like that will give you a Charlie horse and send you down on the mat.
Oh, looks like Perseus is giving him akin to the original Sparta kicks. Fedric's just taking it, though.
A good throwback to Pride of Olympus.
A blue thunder bomb out of Cedric.
And that might be what he needs in order to get this 10 count, this last man standing match. And Cedric himself can barely stand up.
I'm amazed he's back on his feet after that. Well scouted though. Then again, former partners, you would think you know each other's moves better than the other guy.
Cedric just grabbing him by the hair, slapping him in his own face, back fist, Pele, but Perseus got that scouted and has a rear naked choke.
Perseus is going to go for a choke out. This is legal. He could choke out Cedric, let go, and then let the count go to 10.
Very smart by Perseus. And that was actually a really good counter too. He had him well scouted. Like you said, the tag teams, former tag teams, know each other as well as the other partner.
That's right.
And even though you see the ref counting to 10, that allows Perseus to recover too. So it's in favor of whoever's standing up.
And we're looking like we're close to it. Cedric slowly getting some life back into him. May not be out yet. Pumping the crowd, getting his energy back. Pushing himself to his feet. I'm surprised he's standing after not having any oxygen.
And Cedric breaking that count to let this match continue. Perseus with that whip. Nobody home, but there's a Pele kick to the face there.
Got all of it. Perseus is down. Cedric got all of that kick right across Perseus's face. We've seen him do that. He has knocked down bigger men. King Marcus Anderson, Brad Zane, Lasso Garibai's been on the receiving end of that too.
Both these men, former tag team champions in Wrestle Club, two-time tag team champions, and even held belt in Utah. And there is Cedric with the ripcord neck breaker.
Oh, it's a ripcord. I've been calling it a zip cord this whole entire time. Silly me.
Referee at 5, and this one could be over.
6.
Cedric is not done. He is the lion. He is the Lionheart stalking his prey. And we have what looks like, counter into what looks like he's got him in a fireman carry.
Double gut buster.
That looked like that was a beautiful fireman carry into a lung buster, or a gut buster as you called it, followed by a modified backbreaker.
And that was quite the combination.
I would be surprised if Cedric gets up. He landed on 500 pounds of solid gold knees.
I tell you what, Cedric's lungs are hurting right now.
I'm pretty sure Cedric might be needing an ambulance out of here after this match.
Almost reaching that 10 count. And Perseus, I don't know why he would stop it. It looked like he had the match won, but he's throwing those elbows straight to the forehead.
He is out for blood. Perseus just wants Cedric to remember.
That's what I thought.
Perseus just clearly out for blood.
If there's anything Perseus wants, he wants Cedric to remember the elbows of his elbow. It looks like Cedric's on Perseus, though. Cutting me off from finishing what I was saying.
Got a knee to the face. Good cutoff by Perseus. And Perseus is on that top rope. What can we see here?
Swanton by Perseus onto Cedric.
I would say that was poetry in motion.
Got all of it too. 500-pound solid gold body landing on top of you. It doesn't matter how much of a heart you have, whether it's that of a lion or a bear. You are gonna feel something like that.
Yeah, but that took a lot out of Perseus too. I mean, that's a top rope, high risk maneuver, and that took a lot out of Perseus as he's still recovering.
Both men fighting to their feet, but Cedric looks like he's up. But as you can see, he is winded. Taking another shot to the gut. They're already bruised, ripped.
And that's gonna stop anybody in their tracks. That's a low blow. That's the jewels. Somewhere you don't want to go.
Boom! And there is Perseus's finishing maneuver. Should this be enough to do the job?
That should be 10. That should be enough. If the low blow wasn't enough, Perseus' finish should be.
That's right. Perseus showing Cedric that his family's jewel is nothing more than fool's gold.
Yeah, I believe his finish is, I think he calls it the wind blower.
I can believe that.
Knocked the wind right out of you. And speaking of knocking, he's just slapping Perseus. Perseus with the headbutt to the midsection. Cedric with the headbutt to the midsection.
Followed by a cradle into a neck breaker, modified neck breaker, dumping Perseus right on the back of his neck on his knee.
I don't know how Cedric recovered from a low blow plus a wind blower, but somehow, some way he did. And right now, it looks like Perseus is trying to recover.
That's right. Cedric back up on his feet, barely. Perseus getting up too. Getting meat in the face though with a vicious forearm.
I think Cedric's probably going for that power bomb.
Got him in a chicken wing. What looks like a pedigree though.
Talk about out of nowhere.
If he can't bring him up, he'll bring him down.
And there's a pedigree known to put anybody out. You can say it's lights out for Perseus.
It looks like that.
Never seen a pedigree from Cedric or anybody in Wrestle Club for that matter.
Not many people could pull off something that's as good as that. Oh, quick snap German.
And he keeps a hold there.
Turns it into what looks like his suplex. Looks like we might be seeing... Yes, it is. We are seeing this double suplex into a Falcon Arrow.
And there's a combination by Cedric.
I would be impressed if Perseus gets up from this. Took a snap German, turned into a standard suplex, modified into a Falcon Arrow. Not really modified, but gave him good old Eddie Guerrero twist when he brought him up.
Yeah, and prior to that, he took a pedigree.
Yeah, like, if Perseus stands, that only just proves that kid is nothing more than a god. And it looks like I might be right on that. Perseus is up on his feet. Cedric, ooh! Super kick right to the solar plexus. Didn't get all of it, but got enough to knock Cedric down.
And that's going to buy some more time for Perseus to recover.
Let's go, get up, forward.
We've seen some moves out of this match that we have not seen in Wrestle Club before. That is for sure. Once again, though, both men knowing each other well enough, both men fighting to their feet. There's that single leg code breaker, and Cedric got all of it on Perseus. Perseus has got to be down and out after that.
I believe that's the first time I've seen Cedric do a single code breaker.
Yeah, typically he goes for the double. I'm surprised he only got one, but then again, desperation and ring awareness, he was still in front of him. He knew he could get it.
And he got all of it right on the jaw of Perseus.
But Cedric, that Greek god, is just fighting to his feet, dodging Cedric, or Perseus dodging Cedric.
Missing that cross body.
Giving him a quick high knee to the chest.
Setting him up on that top rope.
Got him in the tree of woe. Are we going to be seeing... What are we going to see here? What is Perseus pulling out of his
I've seen Perseus pull a double stomp out of the tree of woe, but it looks like he's trying to take off his belt there, which I believe would be legal.
This would be very legal. This is a last man standing, which means there are typically no rules. You can whip your opponent to submission. By submission, I mean you can whip them to where they can't get to 10 feet or 10 seconds.
Cedric is caught up in that tree of woe. He is not going anywhere, and Perseus is going to size him up.
It's going to give him a good whip in 10 ways past Sunday.
Oh, gosh, and those are going to be some welts in the morning.
You can hear it, too. He is just laying him in.
Oh, he just hit him right in the face, too, with that belt.
And it looks like he might be going out to choke him with that belt. That's what I would do if I was in this position. And he is definitely doing that. He is putting a leash on the Lionheart.
And there's nothing the referee can do about it but count to 10.
Sooner or later, though, Perseus has to let that go. Otherwise, the count won't take place. Perseus not done, though, pulling him back. I'm surprised the ref was not counting at that point.
Perseus might be setting him up for that double stomp or that curve stomp.
And he gets all of it, rolling through. Cedric is down.
And Perseus has won Tag Team Championship with that double stomp. If you recall, he won that gold against Project Mayhem at Dia de los Muertos, so this could be lights out for Cedric.
That's right.
Perseus saying it's over, it's done. I got this match in the bag.
Cedric slowly fighting to his feet, getting up at the 9 count, giving him a good high knee to the jaw, shutting up the Greek god, and then another one. It looked like a modified Shining Wizard.
And Perseus is down. Cedric feeding off the crowd here, sizing him up.
This match has gone on nearly 20 minutes and has been non-stop high impact. I am surprised both men are standing. Looks like we might be seeing a top rope superplex.
He has him sized up, has him in position.
From the second rope, not the top rope, still gets the job done though.
That looks like it broke a back or two.
Both men down, both men feeling it. What happens if we hit a 10 count with both men down? Does that mean it's no contest? We don't have a number 1 contender?
Technically, yes. Nobody wins the matchup. And that just might happen as we saw a superplex. And speaking of seeing, I see Adriel Noctis.
Noctis, ooh, he just fed Cedric a vicious elbow to the jaw. And that's a 10 count.
A 10 count.
Does this mean that Noctis is also out there trying to scout the Golden Goddess, the Golden God Perseus?
You know, I have no idea, but your winner is the Golden Boy Perseus.
What a victory. Noctis getting in Cedric's face though. Perseus doesn't give a crap. He's got a W in his book. Moving on to be the number 1 contender, Lost Soul Garibay. I hope you were watching. You have quite the fight on your hands with this 500-pound boy.
Everybody saw back home Adriel Noctis just delivering that elbow, knocking Cedric out.
That's right, not anything Cedric saw coming. He just looked up and it was lights out. Cedric finally raising to his feet. Referee checking on him. Not aware of where he's at. Then again, the senses got knocked out of him. I wouldn't be aware of where I was at if I took a shot like that.
And if you guys back home recall, at Resolution, it was actually Adriel Noctis that knocked out Cedric too. So this can be a story in the making. Maybe the story's not even done yet.
No, not at all. I feel like we have yet to see the last of what these two have coming. Noctis and Cedric, former rivals, now bitter enemies from the looks of it.
Nonetheless, that was your main event, and the conclusion is that the Golden Boy is the number 1 contender. Speaking of events, we got a Ring of Fire coming in at July 7th at 9 p.m. in Boise, Idaho. Please bring some donations for this one.
That's right, you don't want to miss this. It's going to be hot like fire.
Yep, we're going to have fire dancers, music, and of course, pro wrestling brought to you by Idaho Wrestle Club.
We'll hope to see you folks there.
And remember, you can catch an event. All you gotta do is go to our Facebook, look at all the events that are coming up. Wrestle Club has hit not only the Treasure Valley, but Cannon County as well, as we just saw in this past episode, even Mountain Home. So you just never know where Wrestle Club is going to be going. Speaking of never knowing,
we have Gem State Gaming Con, July 20th to the 22nd. You see the times there on the screen, 7 p.m., 2 p.m., and 2 p.m. Also, to note too, the wrestlers will also be attending an event after their wrestling to help with the, what's the word I'm looking for?
I believe the game was called Luchador?
That's right, Luchador. They'll be playing their own characters. The wrestlers representing themselves in the board game Luchador. You don't want to miss that one, folks.
Yep, very first time that Wrestle Club and Gem State Gaming Con come back together and pair up, so do not miss this event. A very first, at least for Wrestle Club, joining Gem State Gaming Con, July 20th, July 21st, July 22nd. That's 3 events back to back to back.
Absolutely, and these men have their hearts and souls ready for it. They're coming out there for you. They're coming out there for themselves. They love wrestling. You love wrestling. You want to be there. Don't miss it.
Yep, and stay tuned for episode 13 IMG, and I am out of here.
This is Wes signing off.